Shalom. Welcome to 6 by 6, 6 minutes times 6 days, and you have a full idea of the Lubavitcher Rebbe from here, as you see, the Likutei Sichos. And we're going to start with the story of Korach. Now, Korach, we have to frame the issue before we get into the deeper ideas. The Jewish people were in the Midbar, in the desert, and Moshe Rabbeinu, of course, is the undisputed leader of the Jewish people. He brought them out of Egypt. He told Pharaoh, that about the 10 plagues. He was a leader who crossed the Red Sea, took care of them throughout the desert. So there's no question about it. But on the other hand, that Korach says, hey, wait a minute here. How did you get to be a Levi, which is an exalted position in Judaism, of course, in Jewish life? And look at that. You made your brother the Kohen. That's a little nepotism there, I think. He's the Kohen Gadol, the great Kohen, the big high priest. So how is it that, you got the highest job? Listen, we're all Jewish people. We're all Am Kadosh. We're all the holy nation. How do you get to be the leader, number one? And number two, you made your brother the Kohen Gadol. So Moshe Rabbeinu, just listen, it's from the Almighty. I didn't make myself. I didn't appoint Aaron because he's my brother. But it's only from the Almighty. He says, all right. So in the morning, we're going to have a showdown. We'll see who wants to be the Kohen. You want to be a Kohen. And actually, it wasn't only him, but he got a few evil people, Dawson via Aviram, and they also said, yeah, let's rebel. They've been rebelling the whole time against. They never liked Moshe. Let's get them to rebel also. And then they were next door neighbors. Again, you have to remember there's 2 million Jewish people in the desert, and they were next door neighbors, the Korach, Levium, close to the tabernacle, to the tribe of Reuven. And so therefore, they convinced a lot of Reuven people to go against Moshe Rabbeinu, 250 to be exact. And really the Rashi brings out, Rasha, oy vey, in a way, really, oy vey to the evil person, oy vey to his shichno, to his neighbor, was because, listen, you have bad neighbors, they influence you to bad things, just like they did with Korach. So therefore, that a person has to have good neighbors, and that's a conclusion for them. But in the meantime, Korach and his 250 people were rebelling against Moshe. Moshe says, all right, you all want to be a Kohen? And he said, really, I'd like to be a Kohen too. I mean, you could want to be something. There's no problem with that. I would like to be a holy man, and I would like to be a tzaddik, and I'd like to be a Kohen. Nothing wrong with wanting to be, but you have to know who you are and what you are, and there are restrictions in Judaism. You have to be a Kohen, a priest. You have to be a male descendant from Aaron, the Kohen Gadol. In any case, we're going to have a showdown, and let the Almighty pick it. I told you, Moshe Rabbeinu says, Moses said, that it wasn't up to me to be picked, and it wasn't up to me to pick my brother, nepotism. But all right, I say it's from the Almighty, and you say it's a bunch of nepotism. So therefore, let's have a showdown. In the morning, everybody will take their fire pans and smoke incense to the Almighty. Now, of course, there's certain jobs, as I just said, certain things you have to be a Kohen, a high priest. They're the only ones working in the temple. And therefore, that they did the service, and really, it's a death penalty for anybody else to get up there and do that kind of job also. So therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu says, we're going to smoke incense. We're going to have Aaron, the real Kohen, on one side. You're going to have you and your 250 people on the other side. And we'll see who the Almighty picks. Let him pick it. I say it's from the Almighty. Let him pick it. So, of course, they did that. There was a showdown. And in the meantime, that Korach and his evil people, like I said, Dawson via Aviram, were swallowed up into the earth and burnt also. And the 250 other people, they weren't swallowed up, they were burnt. And obviously, that's the best trial over here that you can have. You see who won the contest. It wasn't like a baseball game. You lost 2-1. They were dead, and the Korach people, and they had their fitting punishment. And that's what we're going to see now. Why was it a fitting punishment? So let's continue this on tomorrow, and we'll see that the deeper idea about the story of with Korach and his rebellion.